The stranger's true identity has yet to be revealed in The Rings of Power Season 2, but the first 3 episodes of this excursion almost certainly confirm that the character's name will be revealed during the show, and most likely during this outing. During the first season of The Rings of Power, Daniel Wayman's character arrives into Middle-earth on a meteor, and it quickly becomes evident that he is an Astari member. There are countless hints that the stranger is Gandalf, yet Amazon's Lord of the Rings series is still keeping his identity hidden. Fortunately, it does not appear that The Rings of Power will prolong the stranger's mystery for too long, and it is almost surely not going to leave the subject of his identity open. According to a continuing thread from Season 2 of The Rings of Power, we'll find out the stranger's name soon. The second season is likely to prove his identity as Gandalf, but fans may be surprised in the coming episodes. The second season of Rings of Power strongly suggests that the stranger's name will be spoken on the show. The stranger's journey in The Rings of Power Season 2 is set to bring him face-to-face with another Istar, although the first 3 episodes focus heavily on his identity. Nori Brandyfoot, in particular, focuses on coming up with a name for Wayman's magician. She makes recommendations ranging from Doderic to Anwise, but the stranger rejects all of them. He eventually tells Nori that no one can give you a name, putting the issue to rest for a while. However, the emphasis on naming the stranger almost guarantees that we will hear his true name shortly. The character's insistence that one's name belongs to them implies that it will most likely be spoken at some point during The Rings of Power Season 2. The character's insistence that one's name belongs to them implies that it will most likely be spoken at some point during The Rings of Power Season 2. It may come back to him if he experiences additional visions of his forgotten home. It could potentially happen to the stranger as he starts on his next quest, forcing him to fight another Istar or save his Harfoot companions. Who the stranger might be in The Rings of Power. The stranger is unquestionably an Istar in The Rings of Power, which limits the character he can be. J.R.R. Tolkien's works feature just 5 wizards: Gandalf, Saruman, Radagast, and 2 blue wizards. Of these characters, the stranger appears to be Gandalf. His look is identical to that of Gandalf the Grey, and he exhibits many of the same behaviors. These aren't the only indications that the stranger is Gandalf. The Rings of Power Season 2 underlines that the wizard can't perform magic without a Gand, which might become part of his name. It appears unlikely that the stranger will be Saruman or Radagast. However, such a revelation would be shocking for viewers of Amazon's Lord of the Rings series. The only other option is that he is one of the blue wizards. This would allow The Rings of Power to be more creative with its portrayal, as Tolkien's writing does not place a strong emphasis on these Astari. Fortunately, The Rings of Power Season 2 will most likely settle this riddle shortly, putting an end to speculation about who Wayman's role is.